You guys, we got engaged. We got engaged. Literally, I can't stop smiling. I'm still on cloud 9, but it has literally been 2 weeks since Christian proposed, and I needed to sit my butt down and film this engagement proposal story for you guys, because wedding planning has officially started. We already went on our first venue tour, and I want to film the whole wedding planning process for you guys and also for memories for me. So before I can put out any other wedding video content, I need to tell you guys how he proposed, and I'm also going to answer some questions that you guys submitted on my Instagram story. So let's get into it. I think I'm going to have Christian come in and answer some bonus questions. When he gets home from work, he'll make a little guest appearance because he is a main character in this whole story. But anyway, let's start off with our relationship timeline. So Christian and I have been together for a long time. If you guys are subscribers, you would know that, but I'll give you a little overview of the whole timeline. So it'll be 12 years in May, which is crazy. So I met Christian, I would say in 4th grade, but 5th grade is when the magic happened. Okay, so our two best friends, like my best friend, his best friend, they were boyfriend and girlfriend. And my friend asked me, hey, like, who do you like? And I was like, I don't know, like, I think Christian Corcoran, he's cute. So she was like, oh, like, Thomas knows him, I'll set you guys up. Like, I don't know, something like that. So then we became boyfriend and girlfriend in the 5th grade. Cute stuff. And we had our first kiss in the 5th grade, scandalous. And then 6th, 7th grade, it was kind of like, oh, I like you, like, let's date again. And then we would break up after a week. And then 8th grade, it was official. It was like, okay, we're gonna do this thing, I like you. It feels different this time. We're a little more mature. We're going to high school, whatever. So made it official in 8th grade. We ended up going to different high schools. And then we ended up going to different colleges. So he went to Penn State, I went to Temple. They were 3.5 hours away from each other. So we did like long distance, but it wasn't too bad where we had to like hop on a plane or anything. And then once we graduated, lived at home for a little bit, and then moved in together. And then now here we are, engaged. So that is our relationship overview. Now let's get into the proposal story time. So we had this family vacation planned for a while. We went to Cabo last year for the first time with Christian's uncle and his family. They've been going to Cabo for a while now. They've been staying at this resort for a while now. So we went with them for the first time last year. And then like halfway through the year, they were like, okay, we're going to Cabo again. So we were like, cool. So that whole vacation was planned. So we get there on Saturday. It was his uncle's birthday, so we had like a little dinner to celebrate with everybody who came. There were 16 of us. And then Sunday, hung out at one of the resort's pools for the whole day. Sunday night, had dinner, just Christian's family at the villa that we were staying at. So then Monday rolls around, that is the proposal day. The only plan that we had that night was that we were gonna watch the Georgia football game. Christian's dad's cousin went to Georgia, so they really wanted to watch the game. So we were all gonna go over to his cousin's villa and watch the game there. So that was the only plan for the day, the night. But the day, we're gonna stay at our backyard's pool because it had its own pool. So we hung out there with Christian's mom, dad, sister, brother-in-law, and then eventually his dad's cousin came with her husband. So we were all hanging out there, having a good time. I was reading my book. I had like a little cat nap. Then that afternoon, Christian's cousin texted me, his cousin Mara. She brought her boyfriend Matt on this family vacation for the first time. And she said, hey, can you take pictures of me and Matt? And the whole time leading up to the trip, Mara has been telling me like, I really want to get cute pictures, especially with Matt. We don't have any cute pictures. Like, can you help me get some? So of course, automatically I said yes. And it didn't like make me suspicious or anything because we talked about getting pictures together. But then she like slyly put in there, oh, and I'll take pictures of you and Christian too. And I was like, okay, sure. And I was like, do you want to do it before the Georgia game, during, or after? Because I know that was the plan for the night. So she said, let's do it before, let's go up to the chapel area. There's like an overlook where you can see the cliffs and El Arco in the background again. There's a really pretty sunset. Let's do it like before the game starts and around sunset time. So I'm like, perfect, no worries. And the whole time I'm like, I don't know if Christian's gonna want to take pictures. Like sometimes Christian is like, no, I don't really want to take pictures, and like isn't in the mood, or sometimes he is in the mood. So I texted Mara and I'm like, if anything, you know, Christian will just go to your house and like watch the game, and I'll come alone and like take pictures of just you and Matt. And she's like, yeah, let me know, like talk to Christian and just like let me know. So I turn over to Christian and I'm like, Mara and Matt want to take pictures, and Mara said she would take some of us, like do you want to take pictures? And he was like, yeah, sure. Like he was very calm about it, didn't like raise suspicion or anything. So he was like, yeah, sure. So I texted her and said like, all right, we're all set. Like what time do you want to meet up? She gives me the time. So I'm like calculating in my head like when I should start getting ready. The whole time in Cabo, I was like taking an hour and a half to get ready before anything. That was like my set time. I needed an hour and a half to like shower, blow dry my hair, do my hair, the whole thing, pick out an outfit, whatever. So I gave myself that much time to get ready. So I start getting ready. Meanwhile, while I'm in the shower, Christian is FaceTiming my parents that it's going down, it's happening tonight. And then he FaceTimes his older brother, same thing. So I'm like doing my makeup. I forget my eyeshadow palette, so I don't have like the normal colors that I use. I ended up using Christian's sister's eyeshadow palette, which they were like a little bit more cool tone than I used. So I was just like, oh, Christian, like I don't really like my makeup right now. So I pick out my outfit that I'm gonna wear. I picked out my favorite dress that I brought. I rented a bunch of Nuuly pieces, and I was like, I'm gonna wear this yellow dress, thinking, you know, maybe a proposal happened, but also I'm really just not thinking that that's gonna happen at all. I was like, oh, maybe. But if it doesn't happen, I'm just gonna wear this dress regardless, just so I could get these pictures in it. And then if I wear it again for a different dinner, I like don't have to worry about getting pictures in it. That was my thinking about the outfit. And then for Christian's outfit, so he will normally ask me like, oh, what should I wear? Like you're wearing this dress, like what should I wear? So I was helping him pick out an outfit, but he wasn't like being weird or anything like that. Like it's just normal things like that would happen. Like he would ask me what he should wear, he would steam everything, he steamed my dress, like normal things that happen on an everyday basis, like whenever we go out or like go take pictures or whatever. But then we leave, we meet up with Mara and Matt, and then we walk up together to like this overlook area. It's like just this big long area where like people have weddings, so they could have like the sunset view and everything like that, but it's just like a really long like open area. So it was way too bright when we got up to the overlook. So we took pictures. We started taking pictures of like each other in this one section. I'll post some here. And then once the sun went down a little bit, I posed Mara and Matt in our proposal spot. So she was like, all right, pose us, like let me know where we should stand. So I'm like snapping pictures. She comes, takes the phone, and she's like, okay, show me where we were just standing, and you guys go in that same exact spot. So we're taking pictures, and then Christian and I like kissed for a picture, but he was kissing me harder than usual for pictures. So I was like, okay, this is weird. Also, I was like freaking out the whole time. Not freaking out, but I was just like, okay, you're getting my lipstick all over you. You hate that. And you're also just taking it all off of me. That's kind of when I knew it was about to happen, because like he wouldn't do that in front of his cousin while we were just taking a photo. So he's like kissing me and he's like, I love you. I'm like, I love you too. And then he gets down on one knee, and I'm like seriously shocked, you guys, like because I just didn't think it was like happening in Cabo. And also it was just very early in the trip, and I was just not thinking really it was gonna happen, because while we were at the pool, something I didn't mention, but while we were at the pool with his like sister, mom, all of them, his sister was reading off like the itinerary for like the first couple of days that we're in Cabo. And I'm like, oh, we're going on sunset cruise this day, the next day we're doing a family dinner, and then the next day we're going out into Cabo San Juan. So I'm like, there's just no time for Christian to put it fit a proposal in this week's like itinerary. Also, he's just acting so calm, like I can't read him, so I just don't think anything's happening. So like when he got down on one knee, I was like very, very shocked. And I started crying, had a few ugly cry pictures. I'm not including those. You guys didn't see those on Instagram. And I was just like soaking it all up because it's just something I've dreamed about and wanted for so long. And like the fact that it was just like happening in front of me, I was like, what is going on? The only thing I remember him saying from his speech was my full name, which is Taylor Marie Season, and then, will you marry me? And of course I said yes, and we were like hugging, kissing, taking more pictures, celebrating with Mara and Matt. I have drone footage of me like hugging Mara, I think, and like just going like this to the drone camera. But then everybody came up after the proposal happened. My parents were on FaceTime, and then someone gave us champagne, and Christian's dad did a whole speech. So it was super, super sweet. I love that our proposal was just very intimate. Like when it was happening, it was just Christian's cousin and her boyfriend. He was taking a video, she was taking pictures, and it was just us. So I loved that. And then everybody came up afterwards. Afterwards, we actually were, we had reservations, just the two of us, to get dinner. They set it up, but we decided to cancel because we just wanted to hang out with everybody afterwards and also do our whole rounds of like FaceTime calls to all of our family and friends and like just the closest people to us. So we did that for like 2 hours. Oh my God, it was literally the best time doing those FaceTime calls. Like I was not only dreaming about the proposal, but also dreaming about like FaceTiming my friends, like my bestest friends, for the first time right after it happened, and going like, we're engaged. Like, oh, I will remember those reactions forever. I wanted to screen record them and like make a whole YouTube video about it, but my phone was just out of storage from all of the proposal pictures that I just couldn't do it, and I was just too excited, and I was like, I don't even care. So we just FaceTimed all of them, my family members, and yeah, that was the whole proposal night, and it was literally the best night ever. Christian's cousin brought us a plate down of like food because we didn't eat anything yet. So I'll put a picture of that. I like had my like hand with the ring, like with the food in the background. I'm like, first dinner engaged. And then that was that, and we could just enjoy the whole vacation afterwards. It was literally the best vacation. Like honestly, I loved that he did it on this Cabo trip because it felt like an engagement honeymoon. One of our friends was like, how long are you staying in Cabo? And we were like, oh, like till the end of the, or like for the full week. And he's like, wow, so you guys are like on a engagement honeymoon. And we were like, oh yeah, you're kind of right. So it was so much fun. And yeah, that was the proposal.
Let's go!
That was the proposal. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing about it and watching that little clip. I get so emotional watching that video back. I was like tearing up editing. I actually did decide I'm going to answer the questions in a separate video just so I didn't make this one too long, so stay tuned for that. But other than that, we're just so excited, so happy, and we can't wait to get married and finally be husband and wife. So I'm gonna end it here, and yeah, I can't stop smiling. Okay, bye.